It's the Get Bumped podcast, and the year is 2020. Welcome, everyone. I've been waiting to do that for like 2 months now.
It's been a lot of practice in that, hasn't there?
Yes, it's been wild. I ain't gonna lie.
He says it every night before he goes to bed.
I do. I'm like, I can't wait till I can do it again. How am I gonna do it? Am I gonna be like, okay? Well, anyway, obviously we
you
don't.
Did it pretty well. I'm proud of you, Brandon. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. I got the original hat back, and we've got the original Valvoline hat back.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So I'm Brandon Crossland, as always. Welcome to the Get Bumped podcast, season 2, 2020. Here we go. We cover NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula One, IMSA, you name it. We probably talk about it here or there. I even like iRacing every now and then. The Coca-Cola iRacing series had a heck of a season opener. So Brandon Crossland with you. We got Weston Wilson. I'm not calling you West Noodles. How you like that?
You just did.
Nice you brought it up. You brought it up. Next time. Next time. Don't worry. We won't mention it.
We got West Noodles, and we've got the one, the only Brian Phillips live from the Daytona International Speedway tonight.
Almost.
or Fort Lauderdale, or somewhere in between.
Miami.
He's out there with the retired folks.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
In the state.
It's hot. I'm sweating.
In 10 years.
Right now?
Yes.
Wow, that must be nice. I have to move my car in the morning for snow removal.
I guess
that must be nice.
I'm kind of in the mild zone, so I'm.
Yeah, you got like a nice happy medium.
It's like a cozy 55 or 30. Well, actually, no, it's getting like 30 something right now. Tomorrow is gonna be the coldest. We're gonna have a cold Valentine's Day.
Okay. Well, we're not here to talk about the weather.
No, we're not.
You got me. Segue.
Well, yeah, it's fun to talk about it with people who are like from different areas, though.
Yeah, it is always interesting to check up on the temperate climates of
NASCAR. We're here for NASCAR.
We are here for NASCAR.
First, I'd like to discuss unloading the haulers at Daytona. It's all fresh. You know, we come to it every year. We expect it. Get that Facebook Live video of all the haulers moving in. It's like, oh, goosebumps. Here we go, buddy. Mm-hmm. Cars on track. Sunday.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome back to the Busch Clash.
I don't even want to talk about the Clash.
No, we have to talk about it.
I think the main conversation. I want to talk about, are crashes good or bad?
They're bad. They're just.
Listen, at the Clash, they were bad.
There were 6 cars that finished the race. How can
I don't want to. I hope I'm not in the minority, but I feel like it might be. But the truth is, with all NASCAR fans, I do love it when they crash. It's so entertaining. Yes. I don't want this to be the package we have forever. But since we do have it, I'm enjoying it.
But now that we have it, I know. Okay, but I'm guessing you were one of the ones on Jeff Gluck's poll who said, yes, that was a good race.
That was way too high of a yes rating on that poll.
Yeah. And
no offense, Brian.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, would you guys rather have them run in a straight line throughout most of the race?
Here, let me just say.
I'm not talking about details. I'm talking about, would you rather it be a straight line or crashing?
I wouldn't want them to.
You'd rather be crashing.
But here's the deal.
There's got to be a fine mix.
The class went. They ran 2 laps side by side, and then they went single file, and then they did a fuel mileage race at Daytona, and then they all crashed several times.
So we kind of saw that a little bit tonight too, with the single file fuel mileage thing. I've always been a fan of that. Not of single file, but of the different packs and seeing who can do the better strategy. Because I did that a lot when I was on the EA Sport video games.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was a lot of my life when racing on there.
I don't hate fuel mileage races, but I hate fuel mileage races.
I didn't like it that you could predict when they were about to make the end of their fuel cycle. That's when they started to get in the single file packs.
Yeah.
Just single file up on the high groove. Nothing to do. And I think the 2 cautions I'm talking about the duels right now.
Yeah.
But the caution per each duel was what saved those races being actually,
Yeah, especially
you know, at the
There were
end.
such sad cautions. They were both heartbreaking. It was just there was no reason to crash.
Especially in Duel 1
Oh
with
my god, I felt so bad for Suarez. He did not deserve
Suarez. That was just unlucky on both.
That was a big heartbreak.
Yeah.
He has not had a good offseason.
At first, I thought it was Dibby because it was the 95 and 96, but
no, I didn't have that mix up. But I think there's something wrong whenever Daniel Suarez can't make the field, but people like JJ Yaley and
you got a point.
Timmy Hill can make it. But
they earned it.
To me, it kind of felt like the same relationship I have with James Hinchcliffe. It's like James Hinchcliffe not making the Indy 500. I kind of see it's a shocker to me. Like Daniel, are you serious? Daniel Suarez can't make the Daytona 500. You know, like
so what about with Alonso? Because from what I remember, you were kind of a fan of not Alonso not making it, but the story that it has behind it.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge fan of it, but it's a heartbreaking. It's a heartbreaker. Yeah, I love it, but I hate it. You know,
I really happen.
You hate. I mean, you hate to see it. You really do. I was wanting to use that tonight as well. I was not using that phrase. Yeah, Gaunt Brothers, I think, really could have had a viable shot.
I'm happy that they're going to do the full season. I did not expect them to do the full season. Gaunt Brothers.
I'm glad they are, and I hope one thing they do is incorporate a Coca-Cola scheme.
Yeah,
because Coca-Cola is one of the main title sponsors of the series.
Please do it. Yes,
that'd be great. And I think Daniel Suarez is still part of the Coca-Cola racing family. I'm getting a Snapchat message.
He is because he had
from Ryan Cole. I'm getting a Snapchat message from Ryan Cole.
Oh.
Can he still answer?
Well, I sent Ryan Cole and
exclamation marks.
Yeah, I sent the same thing to him. So I sent the same thing to Ryan Cole and Donald Hensley, our other two guys on the Get Bumped podcast. He said my laptop crashed. Go on without me. F. All right. Well, that solves that. And Donald may be asleep. So
seems like I don't think his laptop's going to make the 500, is it?
Oh no! Is that his?
Yes. Okay. Daniel Suarez is still a Coca-Cola family. He had a Coca-Cola in his hand for his interview, which was a very sad interview.
Oh God, yeah.
Man, it was terrible. You could feel like the tears coming. Like it was bad.
Yeah.
I think he was in the program for Daytona for the Rolex 24.
Yeah.
I remember David Land on Twitter taking a picture of the Coca-Cola Racing family ad in there, and they still had Daniel Suarez on there. Like a Coca-Cola.
His car is on the stadium of Daytona.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they Photoshop a Coca-Cola fire suit onto him.
That. That's hilarious.
Cars where?
Okay, you know the Toyota injector for the Daytona Speedway, where they have like all the Toyota cars. Once you look it up, you'll know what. When you look it up, you'll know what I'm talking about. They have, of course, they have Kyle, Truex, Jones, and Hamlin all there, and then they also have Christopher Bell, and then the sixth Toyota car is Suarez. They have Suarez's car, the car he ran tonight, on display. Exactly, you know what the stairs are, right? And no, Daytona,
I've never been there.
Okay, but like the stadium. Okay, imagine Daytona Stadium, right?
Yeah.
Daytona Rising. You know the sign for Daytona. With Advid Health, they have the waterfall on one of the stairs.
Wes, like the hero shots outside of a football stadium.
Yeah.
They got the players that are really tall. Okay. They got Daniel Suarez out there.
Oh,
so that to me,
his actual race car. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, to me, that's like having outside of turn 4, they had Max Chilton on the Indy outside, and he didn't even make the show.
Oh yeah.
The stuff they put up ahead of time.
Yeah. I really like. Okay, never mind. That's a totally different thing. Never mind. Let's keep talking about the duel.
Okay. What else is there to say about it? So Joey Logano getting a repeat duel win.
That's surprising.
He won Duel 2 last year, wins Duel 1 this year, and I think Mike Joy was kind of hoping that Kevin Harvick would win Duel 2 since he won the first duel last year. Yeah. They want to talk about it all the time.
From what I saw in Duel Run, I think Stenhouse, Hamlin, and Almirola and Logano have really good cars. Almirola is a really good pusher.
Yeah,
that's
pusher.
That's kind of scary.
I might want to swap that out on my fantasy team now that you mentioned it.
Yeah, in Victory Lane, Joey Logano thanked Eric Almirola for being such a good pusher.
Yep.
And in William Byron's Victory Lane, he thanked Kurt Busch for being such a good pusher. And so
Did he thank Kurt Busch?
Yeah, Byron
jumped out on Johnson at the end there.
Yeah, he still credited him as a pusher.
Johnson jumped out first.
I thought Jim was the one pushing Byron.
It was Busch pushing Byron. The three of them pushed to the outside, and I love that they moved early. Gordon didn't like that, but I love that they moved with 3 laps to go. That was the right time to do it. And
definitely,
and after that, Johnson moved to pass Busch. He used the Fords to try to pass Busch.
Okay.
And then the white flag came out, and all hell broke loose.
Yeah, it looked like the Fords were a done deal, and then that Chevy pack was all lined up together in the middle, and then there was one extra one in the back. And really, the Toyotas had no one to play with in Duel 2. There was only like 3 of them.
Have anyone to play with either duels.
Yeah, it's
once you split up Gibbs, it's like there's not.
Yeah,
you basically have to.
They were talking about the Fords leaving Kyle Busch out, and I kind of wanted to see that happen.
Yeah. They're talking about in the first duel how there was like only 7 Chevys in this duel, and like there's only 7 Toyotas in the race.
Yeah.
Entire race.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're making a big deal about how there weren't that many Chevys in the first duel, but yeah, that's beside the point.
So I'm about to pull up. You guys can keep talking. I'm about to pull up the starting grid for the Daytona 500.
Okay.
So we can get to talk about it.
Any other surprising drivers that surprised you? Not.
The stat that they said earlier during the race, Ty Dillon has finished top 10 in his last 3 Daytona starts, and I'm thinking, okay. I'm interested in that. When Austin Dillon on the first duel, he was leading the inside line. He would not take a push without wiggling his car, and it terrified, and it was scary. I was like flinching each time.
Once he got in front of Bowman on that, it was Bowman that he got in front of on the bottom line, right?
Austin Dillon. I think they were in two different races, but you're talking about
the first duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been.
It was Chase Elliott, not
Chase Elliott, right? It was Chase Elliott. He jumped out in front of Chase Elliott, and then that line started to move forward. And I think it was because of Austin Dillon. And I think Chase Elliott wasn't like, I don't know.
He wasn't strong by himself. He needed someone to push.
Yeah, I think he was a better pusher than a pushy.
Yeah.
And I think once Austin Dillon jumped out in front of him, that it really brought that line forward.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Another driver that surprised me was Matt DiBenedetto. Always a good story.
Yeah.
Right? Good old Matty D.
Loyal to Harvick.
Yes. And I had a friend snapping me just like a couple laps to go, probably 10 laps to go, and he's like, I want Dibby to win it. And I was like,
there's no way.
There's no way. Dibby is the kind of driver to step out on Harvick and go for the lead. Yeah. Even without like the Chevys coming in from the back, I don't think Dibby would have.
He fought to get that ride in the first place, and if he moves out and doesn't help the Ford, I don't think that's in his best interest.
I think.
Well,
I kind of said that to my friend. I was like, I don't think he would be the one to step out and try to take the win. But maybe if it was a Chevy he was pushing, it would have been different. But I was just thinking that Matt's driving style is not that to.
Stenhouse surprised me. I thought the Stenhouse would take it easy, but
I thought he'd slide back pretty quick.
He surprised me that he didn't take it easy. He surprised me that of how strong he was too, and that's scary to have a driver like Stenhouse be as strong as he is.
It's very it worries me as much as it worries you. Yeah.
I was watching qualifying, and man, he had a strong lap compared to all the others. It was it was like he cheated or something.
Yeah.
He was like 0.7 ahead of anyone else that had qualified before him at that point.
I was working.
But
it was insane.
And really, I was very surprised that he got the pole, and then I saw that qualifying was sponsored by Kroger. And I was like, wait a minute now.
Yeah, so we didn't lose the storyline that always happens with the pole study. We didn't lose that streak.
No, we almost did. Had him in the first half.
We had him in the first half.
I really thought there was going to be something there, but
it was a hell of a pole-setting lap, that's for sure.
Yeah, so Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Alex Bowman, the front row. Alex Bowman didn't really have to worry about.
What do you think about his Valvoline car?
Oh, it's a sexy car.
It's still as great.
Say that with any.
It's still as great as ever. I mean, it looks just like.
Ooh.
And I looked at it tonight. The only issue I still have with it, sorry, Wes, is that they need to move the red a little more
so it covers
to cover the rest of the number.
Yeah.
That's a fair complaint.
That's the only flaw, but it's still pretty good.
I think it's a pretty clean car. I like it a lot.
As much as I loved it, when I watched the iRacing series, the Coca-Cola iRacing series, I saw Kligerman Burton's paint schemes for Valvoline, and they were so much better.
See, I'm the opposite on that.
It's a bunch of V's. I had to look at that.
I don't like that geometric type fade, but I mean that's a personal preference.
It's a little bit like a sport, like a now this year Custer's the 41 paint scheme, how it kind of fades.
Those Haas cars.
And
I compare it more to like a Scott Dixon.
IndyCar. You don't like Scott Dixon either.
I don't. Yeah. I just don't like his paint scheme. I love blue and orange. They're my two favorite color combinations. I always do blue and orange on like racing games for my custom cars. And when I first saw Scott Dixon's car, I was like, I don't know if I like that.
All right, Brandon, you ready for the starting lineup?
Well, the NASCAR app kind of goofed up on me.
I got the TV.
Like
I can do. You want me to do it?
Yeah.
I have it up on my TV.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
While you're looking it up, what'd you guys think about the rookies? The rookies' debut starts: Cole Custer, Christopher Bell.
I expected Reddick, since he was better at plate races. I expected him to be higher up, but I also kind of realized he's in an RCR car, and I don't know. How
he took some ballsy moves. Then nobody went with him.
Yeah.
And because nobody wants to go with the rookie, apparently that's still the tail.
But he's the champion rookie, though, so
it doesn't matter. He's welcome to the Cup Series.
I think Custer did the best. From when I'm looking at the starting lineup now, Custer got a top 10. He's starting right behind Kevin Harvick. So Custer did the best out of the rookies.
Yeah, Custer's my favorite of the rookies. So I like the cold custard review. That's what won me over.
Are you sure Custer was on top 5?
He was top 5.
No, he's 55.
Yeah, he's 5. Okay, cool.
Wow,
you're right.
That's really good for a rookie.
Yeah, he's the highest finishing rookie in that second dual race.
Yeah. He got a P5 in the duel.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant he qualified P5.
No. And just he finished in the duel race.
I was gonna say I didn't think he was like that high in duel 2, but yeah.
No,
P5 in duel 2 makes more sense.
I got the starting lineup if you want me to read it.
Go ahead.
Professor Phillips.
All right, guys. All the Get Bumped listeners. Starting first, we have Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Starting second, Alex Bowman. Second row, Joey Logano. Third, William Byron. Fourth, Eric Amarola. Fifth, Jimmy Johnson. Sixth, Ryan Newman. Seventh, Kyle Larson. Eighth. Pause.
Scroll down.
It's on my TV. I'm just letting the time go by. Brad Keselowski, 9th. Kevin Harvick, 10th. That's the top 10. Let's go a little bit faster. Darrell Wallace. They have Bubba Wallace as his name.
Yeah, because it's his name.
I thought it's Darrell Wallace.
It's Darrell Wallace.
But no, on the screen it had on the actual Fox. Okay, whatever. I like it though. Whatever. Darrell Wallace Jr., Cole Custer, Austin Dillon, Eric Jones, Martin Truex Jr., top 15, Matt DiBenedetto.
Yeah, Kyle Busch was is starting in the back once again this year.
Yeah.
You know,
Christopher Bell, Kurt Busch, Chris Buescher, Ross Chastain, Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, John Hunter Nemechek, Ty Dillon. I lost track of what spot I'm at, but whatever. Chase Elliott, Michael McDowell, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, Clint Bowyer.
Back there.
Yeah, he's pretty far back. Clint Bowyer, David Reagan, Ryan Preece, Timmy Hill. I'm happy Timmy made it. Justin Haley, Brendan Poole, Quinn Hoff, Corey LaJoy, Joey Gaze, BG McLeod, Brendan Gaughan, and wrapping up we have Reed Sorensen.
Yeah, Reed Sorensen making the field. Yeah.
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 That's
all
right there.
That's all the drivers. I'm glad we got a 40 car field, for the 62nd Daytona 500.
I missed the 43 car field. I'm more used to that.
43.
Yeah. I when I was a kid, I always thought they did 43 car fields because Richard Petty was the king. So
It's how it is in a video game. That's how they do it in real life.
Then I also thought to myself, wait, what if Dale Earnhardt won another championship? They only have 3 cars in the field.
3.
Just got a hot take. David Land says rumor out there that Suarez is buying a ride in the Daytona.
That would be that's what I thought. I thought that might happen. I thought about that. He could buy it from one of the Rick Ware racing cars.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't know if maybe premium too. I think Reed Sorensen might but maybe. Do you think Brendan Poole might sell?
What's the price? What do you think the asking price would be?
My question is who's going to sell out of all these guys?
I think that would be kind of a low look for Suarez. Don't swoop that low like you got to buy your way in. Just accept that you made a mistake getting on pit road and just move on to Vegas.
Now, as much as I agree with that, I'm looking at the last 8 guys who's starting out here. I'm thinking which one of these guys would want to sell, and I can't pick a guy.
None
but
of
yeah,
them.
I agree.
They fought hard to get there.
I agree. I think once Hinchcliffe said that he wouldn't want to buy it in, I think that kind of set the tone for everyone else.
Yeah.
Hinchcliffe was the one who started that, right? He said he didn't want to buy in. And
yeah,
I'd hate to see someone buy in. Just because
I would change my view of that person if they bought their way in.
I mean, you'd be buying into like those teams aren't going to win the race.
No. You're buying in to get a what?
You never know.
You're paying a ton of money.
You never know.
Unless it's like the Clash and
yeah, exactly.
Everyone right.
We watched the Clash. We never know. We don't know who's going to win this race.
Man, if there's one thing I'm thankful for tonight, it's that the duels were different than the Clash.
I almost didn't watch the duels. I was doing chemistry homework, and I was like, man, if there's one big wreck, I'm turning this off. And then there was
not a single wreck. I mean, there was single car incidents, and there was a little bump,
Yeah.
But not a big wreck.
Pleased with the racing. It was
good racing. Big time praying that the duels are going to reflect the 500.
There's no way. Yeah. There's no way. No, I'm sorry. The 500. It's going to be a crash fest. It's going to be.
It's wishful thinking. No, definitely not. I'd say the first 100 laps, will be clean like usual.
I want it to be clean because I like it when they crash later on in the race too. But I'm thinking we're gonna have a big wreck at the start of the race, not the very start, like in the first stage.
I thought that the trial will like the Clash.
Oh my god!
I love that they did. I love that they crashed there, and I love the reason behind it. I love that they crashed there because of the changes to the car, and they weren't used to it yet. That right there shows.
Is that what they really credit it to? I know they kind of mentioned it.
They added they added the horsepower.
Yeah, there's 100 more horsepower.
Yeah,
I credit it to the loss of talent. Really though, Ryan Newman pulled a hard left at that restart.
But
went right into William Byron
behind him.
Yeah,
it wasn't just one car that spun the wheels. So I don't really buy into it's the 100 horsepower. It had to have been something on the track. If 3 cars are going to do it in a row like that, that's not just 3 guys making the same mistake at the same time at the same portion of track.
It doesn't make it any less embarrassing for an NASCAR fan to watch that. For any outsider watching.
I'm glad that was the Clash and not the 500.
Yeah, I just feel bad for any potential lollygagging fan just looking at. I wonder what NASCAR is like, and then they see that and they're like,
flags, yeah.
"This is garbage," Or if they like demo derbies, they're like,
"Oh, wow,
that's awesome."
I cannot imagine someone who's just starting out to watch NASCAR seeing a crash and thinking that it's bad. One of the things that hooks up the Hooks fans so quickly.
Unfortunately, you're right.
One of the things that Hooks fans so easily into NASCAR. That's why I started watching was a crash.
Yeah, come for the crashes, stay for the racing. Hopefully.
Yeah. I admit that there's too many. There is too many crashes, and it can get a little bit annoying. If there's less crashes,
to me, it's more about the cost impact of it than the problem I have with the wrecks.
Now that I'm more aware of the politics in racing, when I see that many cars wreck, I'm just kind of like, That
Like,
hurts.
I just see dollar signs floating off.
Yeah, now that I'm old enough to recognize that these machines cost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's like, look, Dad, we won. And he's like, at what cost?
Terrence Eric Jones. Terrence Eric Jones is some member.
Any team making a profit at Daytona.
No.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see it happening.
Throw your budget out the window if you're going to be a single car starting park at Daytona.
Yeah, that's why I don't get how the little teams that just come to Daytona do it.
Again, you have to stay out. You have to just stay out of the pack. It's the best strategy. Just stay out of the way.
Take all the positions that everybody else wrecks out of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why when it comes to fantasy,
that's how Chastain got a top 10.
Did he?
Oh,
Well, what? I'm sorry. What?
Last year, Chastain got top 10 because he fell back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
I didn't realize that he got a top 10 last year.
In the 500, that was I think that was the stat. He got a top 10. He got a top 5 in the trucks. The Xfinity, he did. I don't think he did because he tried making a move and fell back to 12.
Racy at the
you know how they were like in a line, so it was hard to pass anyone. So he did make a move. He was in the top 10. He did make a move and fell back to 12th. So it's close enough. And then he got top 10 and he finished 10th in the 500. So which was really impressive. That started out his great year, and then he lost it all at Homestead.
So what do you guys think about? I had no idea David Reagan was making a one-off. If I knew it, I completely forgot. But what would you guys think about him tonight? It was.
He's filling in a spot. I mean, I like the guy, and if he wins, great. But I feel like there could be a cooler name there that I would have wanted to see in the fight, like James Davidson. Just because I know James Davidson pretty well, and I would love to see him try to make the field
in the 36.
Oh, I mean, in a car, but yeah,
okay.
in the 36 would be cool too. But I don't know who I would put in the 36 besides Reagan in the first place. So I mean, I'm happy for him.
I think James Davison is rumored to go to the Indy road course race for Xfinity. Isn't that a thing?
There's a lot of rumors out there.
Because he's there.
I wanted him to, because the rumor was he was going to do the 500, the Daytona 500, and the Indy 500. I thought that would have been pretty cool to have his name on the list.
Danica double. Okay, what were you saying, Wes?
I was just gonna say that I have David Reagan on my fantasy lineup for Daytona.
That's smart.
He's a good plate racer. And if you only get 10 uses in the regular season for each driver, so
you
might as well use his one use that I'm gonna get for him.
I did that a little bit too gently last year, where I picked a lot of guys who didn't think I would save up a pick with.
Yeah.
And by the time the playoffs came, I had so many guys that I could choose, and I'm like, wait, I could have used
a few extra picks.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, I could have timed this better, and I was mid pack for all 5 of my teams. I was basically mid pack.
Oh, I won my league.
Well, how many guys are in your league?
4 excluding me, so 5 total. But
I'm in the league with thousands of people.
Well,
are we creating a separate Get Bumped?
We could. I would love to
on NASCAR.
We should do a fantasy.
I did both my versions that I love to do. I got my whole year planned out. It's pretty dumb. I'm not really proud of the picks.
What do you all do for yours?
I just do mine by myself. I don't really do it with anyone else, just to see if I got it right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's I like the Dorper McClure rule that you can't pick anyone again until the playoffs start. Then you can redo it.
Yeah, so you get all the variety. Yeah.
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 And it probably increases your chances of getting it correct.
No. No.
Oh.
No.
My dad didn't know about that rule, and then he used all the Hendricks guys for the first 10 races, and then he ran out of Hendrick uses.
Oof.
Yeah.
I mean, a couple of years ago, that wouldn't have been a bad thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
So, speaking of fantasy, who are you guys picking for the Daytona 500 winner?
The winner. I forgot who I put, but it was a toss-up between... I liked Harvick today, so I was considering Harvick, but... let me pull it up here. I think I did pick Harvick for winning, but it comes down to who crashes, who doesn't crash.
It does.
Right,
That's
right.
true.
Which is why it's still a draw.
Yeah,
So.
That's why it's kind of just.
Are you saying you want to wait?
I don't know. Yeah, let's wait till the last lap and then I'll make my pick.
Off turn 4.
But my fantasy team is Ricky because I'm not going to use him much throughout the rest of the year, and he's got a car for it, obviously.
Yep.
And I got William Byron because I liked him today. I got Matty D because he's a good plate racer. And
David Reagan?
Got David Reagan, and I got Austin Dillon. And then in my garage, I'm going to have not Daniel Suarez. Not Daniel Suarez. Eric Almirola.
What if you had that locked in? Gotta switch a driver.
Still pick him like he's
really
on the roster.
All right, Daniel, you're up. Daniel, where are you?
I got Eric Almirola in my garage spot. So
timeout for a substitution. Looks like Daniel Suarez is coming in, the forward from Syracuse.
It's just Daniel just running out there.
I got it, guys. Put me in, coach. Put me out on the Fox football field in the infield.
For my manufacturer winner. For my manufacturer, it's my Toyota failsafe for Kyle Busch. So I always every race I pick Toyota.
Yeah,
just
I think
those 10 bonus points.
I think it's either Matt DiBenedetto or Kyle Busch.
Really?
I know Kyle Busch isn't a good plate racer. I mean, tapered spacer racer.
Oh yeah, tapered spacer. I'm sorry,
but he's got to win it eventually. He's going to retire eventually.
I'm doing Byron.
Byron. Okay.
Yeah, the paint scheme turns me on. I'm not afraid to say it either.
Okay, so.
I'm gonna keep my eye on Bowman too.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess the rule is we can make multiple picks.
I mean,
and we're not wrong.
I'm just saying my pick is Byron.
Okay.
We'll ask Donald and Ryan what they think.
All right. Well, my pick is DeBurrito.
Okay.
If I had to pick one.
That's a good pick. Unless he's behind a Ford. That's your main weakness.
I don't care if you're behind a Ford or a Pontiac at the last lap. Nobody's gonna care who you are.
I don't know. I just don't see Andy stepping up for a win.
I agree with Wes. I feel like DiBenedetto's fought for his spot, and I don't feel like he's gonna bail on his own manufactured teammates because he loves where he's at right now.
I know he really wants that first win in the 100th for the Wood Brothers, but I don't know. I don't see it happening where I can run this scenario in my head so many different ways where I got DiBenedetto in second coming around turn 4. And I just I can't see him coming out. The pass.
Y'all go ahead and sleep. That's fine. Go ahead and sleep on him.
I love Dibby.
I would love to see it.
Well,
I would love to see it. I don't, but I can't see it in my head. I can't picture it right now.
Do you really though? Do you really?
When the Bristol night race comes around, we should put the neon on the cars for those races too.
We should. Oh my God, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just for the Bristol night race though.
Oh wow. We should have.
Yeah, right there.
I forgot about the neon.
It's so cool.
We should. Why don't we have neon?
I saw that at the burnouts in December.
How was that? How was the burnouts? That's one of the few extra adventures that I haven't now seen yet. Is the burnouts.
You were in Nashville for the banquet.
Yeah. There's a whole video on it.
Yeah.
You guys should come down next time.
Dude, I'd love to. My sister was in Nashville that weekend, and she's like, what the hell's going on with all this NASCAR shit in Nashville? And I was like, it's a good question.
Oh, I don't know.
But she's not a NASCAR fan at all, so she's like, why are all these race cars here?
Why are they blocking the street?
When do we gotta start getting get bump decals so I can because I'm going to Daytona. I want to just stick it somewhere where people are going to see it.
Yeah. Get on Vistaprint.
Yeah, we could throw them around Indy while we're doing college programs.
They're good stickers. I like them.
Well, I've already made one T-shirt for my own channel, but we need to get some Get Bump T-shirts as well with the logo.
We're all gonna be at Indy again.
Okay. So I applied last night. I applied at 3 a.m. I have not done I have not done phase 2 yet, but I'm about to do that right now. I did apply.
So there's like, I don't know if we should do this on the podcast, but there's like a whole new format, and I want to hear about the new format. Because
I think we're talking about it afterwards.
Yeah, we can talk about that afterwards.
That's more details. Yeah. All right, so what I just heard today, a rumor, and I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but they said that Trump is going to do.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
It's confirmed that he will be doing the command.
Oh,
and that's really cool.
That's I wanted him to be in a spot like that. That'd be cool to see.
Aside, having the president at any sporting event,
is
a good thing.
Deal. Yeah. I'm not political. I'm not political at all, but I'm happy that he's there.
Yeah.
But I'm worried that
president of the United States at NASCAR. Period.
Exactly.
I would want Hillary if Hillary Clinton was president right now. I'd want her at the Daytona 500.
I don't know if I'd want her to do the command, but.
So what I'm worried about is that I don't want this to turn like I don't want him to like put his own
I don't want to see any politics at NASCAR.
Yeah, if he puts any like
I'm afraid he's going to though. Knowing him, he might do it.
I will accept it if he says "Make America Great Again." I can accept that as like
accept the slogan. I don't want any message.
If it's like a 20-second message, I'm just gonna be like, why are you? This isn't what we wanted to hear. This isn't about you. This is about the race.
He's gonna see. Trump is good at making anything that he does about him. So
yeah, that's what I'm terrified
afraid
about.
He's gonna do it. He's like, here in the great state of Florida,
where Daniel Suarez is not.
Oh man!
No!
It could be so bad, but I don't think it'll be horrible. I just hope if he does do a message, I just hope it's a quick let's keep America great or something,
Make NASCAR great again.
I was planning
start your engines.
I was planning on having a lot of pre-race fun before I got there, and now that he's there, and I realize security is going to be a lot tighter, I don't think I can do as much as I plan on doing. So now I got to get there at least a half hour earlier. Pre-race fun.
You can't be flying your drones in a 30-mile radius.
No.
Around the track. I don't want those highlight shots of me from the aerial view. See, what I was hoping is he would give my dream scenario with him being on Air Force One about to land before, like he's kind of late to the party,
exactly
like Ronald Reagan.
Yeah,
and he just says it on the telephone on Air Force One. Gentlemen, start your engines. Like a shot-to-shot comparison of Ronald Reagan.
Okay, so
yeah,
he's that's true. Recording it right now.
Yeah, that's probably true. Now, my question to make that imagination even better: what if like I mentioned earlier, he's saying on the phone? What if he was in Air Force One and Air Force One was doing the flyover over the track at the same time?
Okay,
a lot of coordination because the national anthems before the.
That's true.
So that'd be hard to time out. It would be cool for Air Force One to do a flyover.
Yeah.
Well, we had Mike Pence, Vice President Mike Pence at the Indy 500 last year, so we need a.
It wasn't last year. It was at the 100th running.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
because
they were talking about it when I was there. They said that he wasn't there.
Oh.
So it was at the 100th running.
I know I was there for it.
He wasn't Vice President yet.
No, he was.
At the 100th running?
Yeah.
2017? No,
2018. No, not the 100th running. Not the 100th running.
You're confusing me here, Russ.
We worked the 103rd?
Yes.
Yeah, it was the 102nd that he.
Okay, yeah, because I knew I was there for it, and I knew I saw a big crowd pass by, and that's all I saw.
I thought it came back when we were there. I guess not.
No.
Okay. Let me look that up to make sure, actually. I don't mean to not trust you, but I don't want to.
I just remember that they talked about him having been there when I was there, and I remember them talking about it. He was there. He was definitely there the year before.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
I think he watched it from like the turn to.
He was just there for a practice. It wasn't. Not for.
Was he in the race?
It was the race, yeah, but I don't think he was there for like. It was not the entire race. I know that for sure.
He can't sit through it.
I don't think Donald Trump's going to be there for the entire race either. I think it's only.
I wouldn't imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah, which kind of sucks because I mean,
he probably just has to land at the airport next door to go golfing. So he's probably like, yeah, I'll just stop by, say hi.
I think it's more for security reasons. Just like people will know the longer people know he's there, the more in danger.
I mean, they announced it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay. Anyways.
So
Donald Trump.
Oh yeah. So the 60-second Daytona 500, we've picked who we think's going to win. We talked about the duels. We talked about the crash. In other news, trying to keep this first episode of season 2 kind of brief. IndyCar tested at just for a little bit because of rain, but they were at Circuit of the Americas this week, and I think tomorrow they're going to be at Texas Motor Speedway.
Ooh,
I love Texas.
Continue
that's my like everyone hates Texas, but I like Texas.
God bless Texas.
I like Texas Motor Speedway.
But the biggest storyline of COTA testing was Scotty McLaughlin in the top 3.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
the top 3 quickest.
Gee,
third
awesome.
quickest.
Nice.
It was willpower.
Scott McLaughlin, Indy 500 winner.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty cool.
Rossi, then McLaughlin.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And he's just doing the GP, right? He's not doing the 500.
Now he can think, okay, well maybe I can
do it. Now he is.
Yeah, maybe now.
It's just Circuit of the Americas. He hasn't done oval testing yet.
Yeah.
They don't do ovals in
Alonso, Johnson, and McLaughlin, and all in the same race would be pretty cool.
I don't think V8 supercars have an oval.
Yeah,
they don't. No, not yet.
It's an all-road course series.
Not until the machine's ready.
Yeah, but
what's that? What's that one oval in Australia that they?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. I think it's called the Thunderdome.
Yeah, the Thunderdome. I need to get the Thunderdome going.
Yeah, I watched.
You saw those kangaroos? That was that was amazing.
At Bathurst when they had to go.
Yeah, I was worried about the fires, and I thought like that.
Yeah, because it was during the fires, so they displaced the wildlife probably.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
That was the most Australian thing to have was kangaroos on track. That's amazing. I love that.
Did you guys watch any of the Rolex 24?
I was there for it. Yeah, I watched it.
Oh, of course you were there. So.
Yeah, he was.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
Was that NASCAR turn 3 or road course turn 3?
Road course turn 3. Yeah. We don't have any flaggers on NASCAR turn 3 because they wouldn't be able to see us there.
Right.
I mean, that's if anything, would be stationed on the bus stop. They see us on the bus stop. They wouldn't be able to see us like in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was watching the race and like I was watching a lot of it. And I was like, whenever they went through NASCAR turn 3, I was like, my buddy's right over there. And then I kind of thought about it and I was like,
wait,
why did they need a flag right there? And I was like, it's probably road course turn 3. But
So I looked at the broadcast and you could see the wall that I was hiding behind. That like we were all hiding behind. And like it just blurs by real fast, and that's it.
Yeah,
it was
really
fun.
cool.
I guess do the flagging like. I got to flag the end of the race too. I got a night shift, which I love doing the night shifts, and I love doing the end of the race.
Yeah, that's cool.
So we're kind of nearing the end of the episode, I guess. So before we leave, what's one big thing that each of you is looking forward to this season in all motorsports? What's on the top of the bill?
Top of the bill.
It's not much.
What are you anticipating?
Not much.
There's not much. I got too many things to think of.
The schedule's changing.
Not just NASCAR. I'm talking.
I know.
Everything.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
If Brian's got to think about all this, I'll just start listing things. Matty D's step up. I think it's going to be a breakout year for him. The rookie season's going to be great this year in NASCAR.
Rookie of the year battle.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year battle in NASCAR, and Colton Herta being closer to Andretti in a partnership this year excites me because I bought one of his hats, so I got to be a fan now.
Yeah. I had no idea that.
There's so much loyalty. I love that loyalty. I love the loyalty. You bought merchandise, and that's it. Okay, so what if someone give you a high? What if a driver gave you a high five and said hi to you? Like if you stopped and said hi to you, would you be a fan of that guy?
Sure.
Let me ask you, Brian.
Yeah,
Kyle Busch gave you a high five.
No. To be honest, I might like say I would say something.
You wouldn't give him a high five.
I'd cuss him out.
I'd cuss him out. Please don't say what you would say.
I'd cuss him out.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Well,
I'm not gonna say it like now. But if he even tried to give me a high five, I would cuss him out.
What else is on your list, Les?
Honestly, I would because I have a super hard time picking favorite drivers. No matter what series it is, I just like they're all good. They're all racing at top level, and I don't want to be that guy that just picks the best, you know.
No, yeah.
But I don't want to be the guy that hates the best either, you know. Because those guys, that's obnoxious. That's just as obnoxious as bandwagoning. But whatever. I don't know.
I disagree.
That's my little rant.
The reason I brought it up, like your favorite, like the way the whole merchandise thing in the first place is because I love that. I think fans like having their small little reasons for liking someone. I think that's that's my favorite part. I love that.
Let me go back. I hope my girlfriend doesn't watch this podcast. I doubt it. So when I was at Indy, I was doing traffic in between turn 1 and 2, you know, right in front of the museum. And there was an Andretti Steinbrenner girl that was like driving a go-kart, carrying like VIPs between the VIP booths in the turn 3 suites and the garage. She was like shuttling VIPs, and like she drove by me like 30 times in like an hour. And I'd like say hi to her, and she was gonna get me a hat. That was the deal. Was like, you know, the team hats are different than the merchandise hats. So I was like, where can I get one of those hats? And she's like, well, this is a team hat, so I can't give you this one. But, like, I might be able to get you another one out of the garage. I don't know. I'll ask. And then my shift ended before I saw her again.
Oh.
So I got a hat, so I had to go buy one.
I remember you saying something about that during the month.
Yeah.
My big story, I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm looking forward to Homestead next month. And I'm actually next week, and I've been like kind of trying to get the details on this. I'm gonna go to the government center in Miami. I'm gonna try to attend the Formula One vote. Oh. I'm gonna. I got to see the video, the last few videos about it, and I know the meeting. And I know when they're meeting, where they're meeting, and like what time they're gonna be talking about it. So I'm gonna try to attend that and see what it's gonna be.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that. No, you're not.
Oh, it's just a vote, not like
even if they allow someone to come up to the desk and voice an opinion, like I wouldn't just be able to show up there. I mean, if I yell loud enough, I would be able to.
I like racing.
I'm for it. Being back here.
Follow the Get Back podcast on YouTube.
What do you mean noise pollution? Explain that.
They don't use the V10s anyways.
It's super quiet, trust me. You can bring Formula E. There's no noise.
Oh man, we have digressed. What were we?
Brandon,
we're gonna close on something.
Okay.
I'm loving this episode. This is fun. I'm loving
what I'm looking forward to, guys, is mainly what's hitting close to home.
Yes.
Shh, let me say it.
I'm excited.
The MLS stadium has been confirmed on the fairgrounds property for Nashville SC, which their season is starting. If you don't follow soccer, I didn't until Nashville's in it now. Now I do. Nashville SC is starting their season at Nissan Stadium where the Titans play, but they're going to transition over the next 2 years over to this new stadium. Now, in that same area is where the Fairgrounds Speedway is. Fairgrounds Speedway Nashville. SMI, Speedway Motorsports Incorporated, sent another letter of intent to the guys who own the Speedway right now. And so things are happening. And Mayor John Cooper, with the same statements of the MLS stadium being confirmed, he's like, yeah, the Speedway with bringing NASCAR back is in progress. Like, we're no longer like fearing if it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen. Because I think when SMI starts getting relations with people at this level, they don't do this to just joke around. You know, they don't send letters of intent.
They're not just inquiring anymore.
No. They don't send letters of intent around just to toy around with the idea of like, let's see if this market works. They're just going to go right with it. And I think a cup race or an Xfinity race or truck race at Nashville, at Fairgrounds Speedway in Nashville, will sell out every single year because it's a small enough place as it is. They're going to expand the seats. They're going to put millions of dollars of investments into it.
Yeah.
And it's going to sell out.
recently on Twitter, I saw that NASCAR is going to start penalizing tracks that can't fill up 70% of the seats.
Yeah, I'm not for that.
Which I didn't understand because doesn't NASCAR own like most of the tracks?
Yeah,
How
it's
are
like
you going to penalize yourself? Just like a slap on the wrist or what?
that was a big shoot yourself in the foot move.
Yeah. What about Bristol? Bristol never sells out in the spring, but in the fall,
it nearly sells
it's
out.
The best race of the year.
The only time Indianapolis has ever sold out is for the Indy 500. It's
never going to sell out. They're going to have to cover every single grandstand for that.
Well, it wasn't for Indy. It was. Oh, you mean? I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about IndyCar.
No. For now.
Yeah. So at Indianapolis, you can't rip those stands out.
Well, they can cover them if they cover them with the like what they do at Bristol in like the spring.
They're gonna have to call the tarp guy.
Yeah.
So
Wes, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like it. So and Brandon, piggybacking off what you said, Brandon, I think if Nashville works out, the biggest thing about this whole thing is that could be a stepping stone for not just Nashville, but for other tracks.
It's the guinea pig.
That's the first rung of the ladder for not just Nashville. Like a lot of short tracks across the country.
New short tracks work. That's the big.
If you put enough money into short tracks, they can work.
The race fans will come. And I mean, that's a huge Bristol market right next to it. You also got the Kentucky market that's tired of seeing crap racing at Kentucky Motor Speedway.
Can't even paint their lines right.
Yeah, you got Atlanta market. You got all of Alabama. You loves Talladega. We're all here. We all want it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if they get a cup race, can it stay with you for like a night?
Maybe.
How close to Nashville are you?
I hope I'm like an hour away, but I hope by the time that place is built, I don't live here anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's mentioned in the first place. Is that you're looking around your place. I'm like, no, not there.
No,
not there. I'll sleep right next to you.
But yeah, so that I'm looking forward to that. As well as this is the last year of the Gen 6 car in NASCAR, so I'm hoping that at the end of 2021 that we don't come to go, man, I wish we still had racing like we did in 2020. I hope there's such a big improvement that we don't come to regret this generation change.
I can agree. I'm a little bit worried about that too. So I'm thinking, what happens if 2020 is really awesome? We love it, and they're like, oh, now we're changing it again.
Oh yeah, like 2020 was one of the greatest years in recent memory.
I don't want them to figure it out and then switch.
Yeah,
that would suck.
But
that seems to be the case though. As soon as NASCAR figures it out with the Gen 4, car tomorrow, it's time. We got to make it safer.
That makes sense. The car tomorrow made sense because they need safety. I think that I don't think I never thought the car tomorrow was supposed to be like good racing. I think the step was just safety.
Also, I want to knock. Something I picked up from the NASCAR YouTubers weekly podcast with the other guys. They were talking about the last time that we were talking about Donald Trump earlier. The last time that President Trump attended the Daytona 500 was 2001.
Really? I thought it was 2003.
Wrong. It was 2000. It was already fact checked, and it was 2001.
Okay.
I'm more interested in the stat for other presidents. Whenever the last time Trump
yeah,
I couldn't care less.
The last president was 2004.
Yeah.
Thinking about George W.
It's 4, and then I think the other one was Reagan, and that's it. I don't think there's.
Yeah, but the last they were just saying the last time Trump was there, there was tragedy.
Yeah.
So like.
Last time Trump was there.
Trump was 2001. Say the stat again.
Neil Sr.
Oh, Donald Trump was there for the 2001.
2001.
Okay, I thought you meant the president. The last time the president was there.
No, the business mogul Donald Trump was there in 2001.
Okay.
When people actually liked him.
Okay.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah.
But wasn't George W. was there in
2004. 4. Okay. Yeah, when Dale won.
Okay.
And I know that. Yeah.
I won't doubt you on that one.
Yeah.
All right.
But I think that's all I've got.
All right, guys. Any requests for for anything cool in Daytona you guys want me to do?
Tell Michael Waltrip hashtag get bumped if you meet him on the grid walk.
Mention get bumps. All right, cool.
Or just get bumped podcast. All right, so that's gonna do it for the first ever episode of season 2 in 2020 of the Get Bumped podcast. Thank you for joining us, and if you made it this far, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And we'll be back after the Daytona 500 at some point in time. Maybe we'll line up our schedules this year where we can get a regular night.
Maybe.
Who knows? We'll see how it goes. Years are crazy, and but thank you guys for sticking around. So that's going to do it. So have a great day. Have a great Daytona day, and we'll see you after the race. So good night, everybody. Bye.